Welcome to the lecture series of Database Management System. Today we are going to see the topic MongoDB. So before we are going to see the MongoDB, we will see what is SQL database and what is NoSQL database. So SQL database is structured query language and it is also called as a relational database. Whether a NoSQL database is not only SQL and also called as unrelational or distributed database are the two different databases which have its own strength and weakness. So the key differences between SQL and NoSQL includes their structure, scalability and use cases. So when it comes to structure, SQL query languages use tables with rows and columns, while NoSQL databases use document-based structure, column family and then key value pairs and graph databases. So when do we choose an SQL database and when do we choose a NoSQL database? So whenever it comes to scalability, so the SQL database is horizontally scalable and the NoSQL database is vertically scalable. So horizontally scalable means we'll add more hardware to it, and vertically scalable means we'll add more servers to it. So when it comes to use cases, though the SQL databases is used for transactional system and the NoSQL databases is used for big data, real-time web pages, data and logs. So when to choose a SQL database and when to choose a NoSQL database. So SQL databases are chosen when it comes to data consistency and transactional integrity, which is critical for systems like banking system, see a customer relationship management system. So whenever we need a well-defined schema and structured data and whenever it deals with the complex queries and relational data, we'll go for an SQL database. So when to choose a NoSQL database? So whenever you need a large use cases like large data sets like social media data or logs, when it requires a horizontal scaling and accommodate high traffic and big data, we'll go for a NoSQL databases. So when it comes to a real-time data analytics, the NoSQL databases are chosen. So now we have seen the difference between an SQL database and NoSQL database and when to choose an SQL database and a NoSQL database. I think the concept is clear. So now we'll go for an MongoDB. So what is MongoDB? So as we have discussed, MongoDB is basically a NoSQL database and it is a document-oriented database. So it will store all the documents like in a JSON format and also deals with the structured and semi-structured data. So the features include horizontal scaling, dynamic schema design and real-time analytics. So how this MongoDB works? So the data structure, it uses collection of tables. So in SQL database, the tables are rows and columns. It will store all the data in the format of rows and columns. But when it comes to MongoDB, when it comes to data structure, it uses collections instead of tables, and then inside the collections we have documents. So the documents are stored in a binary JSON format. And also it is schemaless, and then the collections are flexible. It will store the data in a flexible field. So the key concept behind the MongoDB is, so document is equal to row which has a flexible field and collection is equal to table and which is schemaless. So when it comes to querying, SQL databases uses a proper query language called SQL, structured query language. But in terms of NoSQL database, we can't use that SQL database, so we'll use a JSON style query languages and interact with data which uses rich queries, indexing, aggregation and replication. So when it comes for scalability, horizontal scaling using sharding. So sharding means it will split the data across multiple servers. So when it comes for the advantages of MongoDB and disadvantages of MongoDB. So advantages means it has a flexible schema, high performance, and then it uses sharding and then it is more scalable. And also it uses an open source and community support. And when it comes for disadvantages, it uses high memory usage and there are no joins like SQL, and data is redundant and it is not suitable for complex transactions. So indexing required for every performance. Thank you.